Hello everyone. So this is Prakash from Tehara College of Engineering, Mechanical Engineering Department. So now I'm going to present. One of my presentation topic is to be additive manufacturing and the sustainability of additive manufacturing. So why I choose this topic? So mainly this topics for this is for International TV on Environmental Sustainability, conducted by DOE Patel College of Engineering. So this is my content. Today I am going to discuss with the learning outcomes. So I'll start with learning outcomes, and then what is meant by prototype, and what are the users, manufacturing methods, additive manufacturing, what is meant by additive, types of AM. AM stands for additive, and then process chain. So fused deposition molding. One of the additive manufacturing process is the fused deposition molding. We are going to discuss. And what are the materials we used? And then one of the basic material for FDM should be APS plastics. So I'm little more talk about plastic effects on environment, sustainability of plastics, conclusion, and the final is to be my references. So learning outcome. So on the successful completion of this presentation, listener will be able to explain the fundamental of prototype, AM, types, and its process chain. The first learning outcome. The second one is to be explain the working principle of FDM. FDM stands for fused deposition molding, and what type of material we are going to use. Material used in FDM. The third learning outcome is nothing but identify the effects of plastics on environment and plastic sustainability. So I begin with prototypes. What do you mean by prototype? So prototype, generally we have so many prototypes. If we say mathematical prototype means some of the mathematical modeling. Similarly, physical prototype is nothing but it is a approximation of a product. So according to Oxford Advanced Learning Dictionary, prototype is nothing but it is a approximation of a product or its components in some form for definite purpose in its implementations. So generally, as a mechanical, if you are planning to fabricate in particular component, before fabricating the real component, we would fabricate some prototype, and then we will test on that prototype. If the test will get passed, then only we can fabricate. So this is a prototype. So prototype, how we define the prototype is an approximation of a product. The second one, so roles of prototypes. So it includes, there are 5: experimentation and the learning. So prototypes are generally used for experimentation. From experimentation we can learn about prototype. The second one, testing and proofing. So testing and proofing. Third one, communication and interaction. Fourth one, synthesis and integration. The last one, scheduling and markers. So these are the applications for prototypes. Manufacturing methods. So if you want to fabricate the prototype, generally we will make the component by using 3 ways. The one is to be a subtractive process, additive process, formative process. What means, for example, here, so if my desired product, for example, this is what my final component, this is what I need. If I have a component like rectangular component, if I do formative process, I don't add any metal, and then I don't remove any metal. I just apply the force with the help of temperature. This process called be a formative. The second one, if I use some traditional machining like lathe, drilling, so that we use cutting tools. Cutting tools used to remove the metal. So if I remove the metal by in order to get the final component, this one is to be a subtractive process. The last one is to be additive manufacturing, additive. So here I have 2 layers. For example, the bottom one is to be one layer, and then top one is to be another layer. I can fabricate layer by layer manufacturing. So additive manufacturing, we say it's a layer by layer manufacturing, or we say 3D printing, or we say desktop manufacturing. There are so many names involved in this. So additive manufacturing, the better example is to be, for example, I have a notebook. So if I consider a notebook, it has a 190 pages. So for example, one paper is a one layer. So I keep on arranging layers, 192 papers. It will come as a 3D, one single note. This is what generally additive manufacturing. So additive manufacturing can be fabricated by layer. The first layer is formed, and then the next layer is formed over the first layer. second layer. The third layer is formed over the second layer. This process still continues up to my final product. So additive manufacturing definition. So it is a group of technique which is used to quickly fabricate a scale model of physical part or assembly using three-dimensional computer design CAD data. So one of the main input additive manufacturing is nothing but it's a 3D data. So we know that we have a variety of softwares like Pro-E, ANSYS, CATIA. So if you use this software, you can create the component. So that component, it may be in some specific file. For example, it's Pro-E, if it is a part file .prt. If it is a ANSYS, it is a different file format. So in order to use all the machines, we need to convert that Pro-E part file to neutral file format. So this is what that neutral file format is the input for additive manufacturing. So it is the three-dimensional computer design input. Construction of the part assembly is usually done using 3D printing or additive layer manufacturing technology. So it improves product development by enabling better communication in a concurrent engineering environment. Also reduces product development cycle time. So classification, types of prototyping, RP. So RP have a 3 classification based on initial form of raw material. We have a classification. So number 1, liquid based. If my raw material is to be liquid, then I say liquid based. If my raw material is to be a solid, then it's a solid based. If my raw material is to be a powder, it's a powder based. So the next one, it's a process chain. So it has a 5 main process. The one is to be 3D modeling. I said that if you want any component, first thing you must create the 3D component, 3D object by using any software, 3D data. It's a 3D modeling. The second one, the 3D data, it may be in different file format. In order to use RP, we need to convert 3D data to neutral file format. This is nothing but data conversion and transmission. And next one, checking and preparing. So this stage, it will check whether any files, any data are missing. If it is missing, it will indicate, can manipulate, otherwise it will build it. The fourth one is to building. The fifth one is to post-processing. Post-processing nothing but it's a secondary process. So this is what process chain. 3D modeling and then post-processing. So data conversion, the 3D modeling, first one, data conversion, and then checking and preparing, building, and then post-processing. Post-processing nothing but it's a secondary process. So now I am going to discuss solid-based RP. So the name implies that it is the base metal is to be a solid. Stellartis is one of the major company. It is founded in 1989. The first machine came in 1988, but it was patented in 1992. It uses extrusion process. Extrusion is nothing but it is a wire ability to draw into wire. It's a extrusion process. So the simple one, it is a pattern one. So first thing I said, geometric model construction using CAD software using IGS or STL file format. So first we draw 3D data and then it is imported to the quick slice or support work. It's a proprietary software. Okay, and then the software slice the software used to layer fabrication, layer conversion. So the CAD data is converted as a layer, and then based on layer, the tool path is created. That one is to be communicated to FDM machine, FDM fusion deposition machine. So and then it has a 2 materials, spools. It is a wire form. The filament spool is put into the extrusion head. The semi-liquid material is extruded through the head and then deposited on the tray layer. This is here is controlled one. It is moving. For example, I loaded the cartridge. Cartridge, it has a spool of wires. So the wires are connected with the nozzle. It is wires. It is a solid state. Through nozzle, it will convert as a molten state, and then it is deposited over the plate. That plate can move XY plane. If one layer is formed, then table moves downwards. The next layer is formed over the first layer. This is a principle. So here we use dual tip mechanism. One is a support metal and also build metal. First metal is to be a build metal. Second one is a support metal. Okay. So these are the process. This is FDM machine. Here we have a cartridge. So cartridge, there are 2 cartridge, build metal, support metal, and then it is connected to the nozzle. So nozzle, and then it will convert at a solid phase, and then we will create the layers. So major companies are used for Toyota, JB Brand. These are some of the examples for FDM. So materials, this is the main part. Generally, FDM used for thermoplastics or polyethylene. These are the main plastics. We know that plastics. So plastics has more effects, more environmental effects on more environmental effects. So it is a thermoplastic. Generally, we use APS, Ultram. These are some of the metals we used for FDM, polymers, digital polymers. So plastics, it is derived from Greek words. We know that. So it is a biodegradable. The term biodegradable describes a substance do not break down to natural, environmentally safe condition. So in other way, we can say it do not decay. Okay. So effects on plastics on our environment. The major effect is the soil fertility is also affected due to plastic material. Death of animals due to suffocation, stomach and instance pollution of environment by disposing of plastic waste. And then there are many rivers, oceans, seas or worlds. It is polluted by using plastics. So in order to avoid pollution, we need to use three U's. The 3R. The 3R is nothing but reuse. We can use the plastic as reuse. Reduce. We can reduce and then recycle. So sustainability of plastic. So plastic is not only a versatile material and to be used for a range of uses, but it also not has benefits in terms of sustainability. So the plastic industry working on, there are many initiatives of reducing energy, increasing recycling. The environment cost is replacing plastic is alternate is nearly 4 times greater. So 4 times is greater. This is one of my Discord reference. So why is a sustainability? So what benefits? It's a lightweight, it's a durable, it saves water, it helps products, it prevents food waste, it is a recyclable, and only 4% of world's oil population. Okay, these are one of the sustainability factors. And then one of the new thing is to be plastics helps to generate renewable energy. So solar panels nowadays we use plastics, and then it contributes modern society like 3D printing, hospitals, communications are in this. So there are lot of innovations in recycling of waste plastics have been introduced. We need to adapt, and then we must save our environment. So additive manufacturing has many advantages. Apart from these advantages, generally additive manufacturing uses plastic or polymer type of metals. These polymers can affect the environment. So if we use recyclable polymer material or recyclable plastics, then we can reduce our environmental problems. This is what I am going to conclude. Thank you very much.